So with this secondary view, draw you in a little bit closer to Evening at Rockport Cove by my grandfather Edward Loper Sr., just so you can enjoy some of the closer details. The individual boats here, the ropes, the stonework, all the little details that go into this, and some of the little things that really scream New England. That was a favorite place for my dad and my grandfather to paint. There's an entire story behind why it was, but I'm glad it was. The images that it yielded throughout the years are absolutely amazing, and there's really none like it when we talk about the East Coast. So this just draws you into a little bit more of the shapes that we have going on. And something that I found really interesting that my dad actually mentioned once was the brightest color is always going to be right here underneath your feet. So again, when we're standing here, and your toes are right there, you see how exciting this is. You see this just masses of color and big streaks of color. So that's the other thing, is that this gets bigger and streaky, and out here is very small, you know, the indication of what's close and what's far away. And also something else is like between this firm rock work, that wall right there, that wall solid right there, and then these bushes here having a shape almost like fire. So you see those moving here. You can feel the movement in that bush right there, and then the wall there just being solid it just gives you an idea. It makes this whole scene move. The way, the bend of these trees, the way the bushes are set. You know, I mean, this is you know, just a beautifully laid out scene. Everything down to these lobster traps. Something that I've always enjoyed in the work in Loper work is these lobster traps. Since we're in New England, that is something that almost must be in every painting regarding the coast. You know, if you've spent time in New England, you know how precious the coastline is, the boats, the people that put in the work there, bringing us incredible seafood and all the things that happen between land and sea. So I spent plenty of time up there, and as a kid I was able to experience that, to smell it, to feel it. You know, it was something that was really good. And when I look at these paintings, it really takes me back there, and you know, it just, as I said, very therapeutic for me to be able to share what I learned from these paintings, what I really take away, and what I carry with me all the time from Loper work. So this is just an extraordinary painting, and you know, it's what I didn't understand also as a child when my grandfather was preaching it in my ear all the time was color. Color. Like, you know, we think about color, it's like, okay, I got my crayons, I got this, I've learned color, what are you trying to really tell me here? And you know, we have the crayons and the boxes of 64 and all of this, and we think that that can kind of be, you know, a limit in what we think of colors. And with all the stories that I heard from my dad about my grandfather's teaching, and listening to my grandfather teach about colors that I can't even pronounce. To this day, I can't even pronounce some of the blues and reds that I've seen. And to see them all represented here, to see how these are not just solo colors. There's colors within those colors. On the palette, they were mixed. Even if you got a couple little bristles into another color, it was dragged in, and then it changes it, and it impacts and influences these paintings. You know, so again, I bring you back to what is it like to sit and just look at a single image. Not scrolling, not hundreds of images, a single image, and really look into it and go on that journey and find all those pieces there. And you can find yourself spending hours looking at the same image, and even for years. I mean, I've been looking at some of these paintings for a lifetime, and not one day have I ever been bored. Not one day have I ever come in and been like, huh, painting, and continue on my way. I walk by and I have a moment where my eyes stay on that painting, and I pay it respect, and that's just what I do. That's just what I do. So, you know, that's how deep this Loper legacy goes with me, and that's the level that I wish to share with everyone. So I hope you enjoyed this up-close version of Evening at Rockport Cove by Edward Loper Sr.